brain trained for conflict? Is our brain only trained to see conflict? Like, I can be literally talking to somebody about basketball, like just going back to the Kobe reference, the Kobe post. I said Kobe was the man. I love Kobe. Somebody like, but he still won after Shaq. I know he won after Shaq. That's what make him great. Of course, but you're looking for like the conflict. You're looking for the debate. There's no debate. Kobe had to learn and develop. He developed into a champion, and that's good. That's good for basketball. I wanted to see him. I knew every word from Lil Wayne's tribute song to him. Like, I wanted to see it, but again, going back to it, I try to let people understand that what they're watching it has some level of script to it. You got to know that Magic Johnson, like, think about it. The NBA draft the best player on the worst team. That's a setup for the underdog to become the star. But you got to develop it, right? You got to develop this mega star, and you got to let the other guys drown out. You got to let the Magic Johnsons fall to the wayside, the Isaiah Thomas, so Jordan can be the guy again. Then you got to let Jordan go out. So we got Kobe, these other new players, Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, then D-Wade, LeBron James. We gotta let these guys come in. The thing about that era is it was so many superstars. It was like, what's the you might know this better than me. The Marvel comics. What's the Marvel movie when all the Avengers? Yeah, so the 2000 was like the Avengers. Like, damn, we got Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, we got them all in one. You get what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And it's not to take away from the guys, right? Because their talent is pure. They are really superheroes on the court. That's 1,000%. But how's the kid, for instance, I watched the Lakers game last night. The Lakers game came on at 9 o'clock at night. That means on the East Coast, it was 12 o'clock. So if you are trying to follow Carmelo Anthony and you live in Philly, you're missing all his games. So you got to build these characters up through different avenues, right? Sneaker, shoes, shows, beverage endorsements. You got to build these characters up, right? So I just try to help people understand what they're watching. Like, you know what I mean? I try to make sure they understand it so you can have a good dialogue and have basketball conversations. But people rather spend days and months arguing about stats from 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and it's clearly the style of basketball has changed. So it's just one of them things, man. You know, I want to do my part in the basketball community, but I want to build a solid community, a trusted community. And so yeah, that's what we're going after this year, man. Starting 2026, I'm pushing more Patreon stuff. Discord, if you want to talk, debate, whatever we want to do. But you know, I feel like if you debate with me in Discord, it's going to be a guy of some type of knowledge of basketball, not someone who just like, oh, I hate what you said about my favorite player. Let me get you. I got it. Let me tag you in everything that's going on. So yeah, you know, that's where we going, bro. That's where we going, man. This side right here? Oh, this part right here? My fault, man. Y'all can see I'm trying to get this mic right, man. This mic keeps sliding down and shit. Sliding down like a mine, man. But you know, man, I also posted this about the era of basketball, right? And I'm I'm an old head, man. I'll be real with you. I'm an old head. So I sometimes try to talk to the guys my age. And they try to talk about like, man, it wasn't what it used to be. I grew up loving it. But listen, man, this is a extra pass era. They making extra passes for the three. There's not a dunk on you era. I remember it was games you just couldn't wait till somebody got dunked on, right? Amari Stoudemire, yeah, that's all you watched it for. All that stuff, Blake Griffin, the Sean Kemps of the world, that's all you watched them for. You just want to see them dunk on someone. Now, you barely get a dunk. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was watching the other night. I was like, man, they did shoot a lot of threes. But some stuff is just like, I agree to a certain extent. Like some teams do shoot a lot of threes. But I'm gonna tell you this, right? A lot of it has to do with the way they train. See, individual training, I think it started like when it was really start popularizing around my era. Like I graduated high school 2003. I didn't have a private trainer who my mother or my mom was paying, but I did have a coach that was like, yo, meet me at the park after school and let's work out. I did have that, and that did help me a lot. And I remember when I started getting better from his teaching. The team concept, it didn't go out the window, but I definitely was looking for my shot more often. I definitely was trying to find my shot. And I think that's what's happening in today's game. Everyone has their own private trainers, so they're doing things privately. That doesn't always benefit to the team. And then obviously the private trainer is teaching stuff like step backs. Yo, let's make 100 threes from the corner. So if you make 100 threes from the corner, guess what you're going to do when you get in the game? You're going to try to get the shot in the corner. The moment the ball touches your hand in the corner, you want to shoot that ball in the corner. Why? Because you made 100 threes the night before. So your confidence is riding high. You can't wait to showcase it. So it's just one of them things where the eras has changed. I learned this lesson as well. One day earlier this year, I went to the gym with my girl, and we was at LA Fitness. And I was like, man, I'm going to just go in here and move around with these guys. I ain't have a knee brace on. As y'all know, I tore my ACL about 5 years ago, and I didn't get surgery. So I didn't really want to risk it. But I saw the competition level. They wasn't that good. It was like 5 E's out there, That's all the competition level out there. And I was like, I'm not going to go to the hole or nothing like that. They needed the extra body. And I was like, I'll play. And I remember pushing the ball on a break several times. And they was just kept flaring out to the three-point line. And I'm like, yo, why don't y'all go to the basket? What y'all doing? I was like, how you just dribbling, you pointing, like, oh. They but going to the three-point line. And I had to realize, bro, like, that's the era we in. They don't even want the layup. Like, they don't even want the layup. And I get it. I get how that can be frustrating for someone who's not really into ball like that. Like if you was into basketball for entertainment, I understand it. Because it was frustrating for me, and I actually been coaching for all of my adult life. So it was extremely frustrating for me. But I get it. And I think it is. I also think it'll also change as well. Like basketball changes. It's not going to get to a space where it's only shooting threes. Like all it takes for a guy like SGA, you know what I mean? Like SGA has proven that, y'all shooting threes and I averaged 32 points and I won a championship and finals MVP and MVP. It's only going to be a matter of time before people be like, let's study his game. Let's do what he's doing. That's all it really takes. Like once people understand that, they always copy a formula. Like basketball is a copycat sport. Even me as a coach, like I copy stuff. I watched an interview with I forget the head coach name, but I am going to shout the school out. The woman's head coach for Grand Canyon. I was watching her interview. Shoot, I like her terminology on defense. I stole that. It's a copycat game. It's only but so much. And then what happens is you kind of put your own twist on things that works for your group, but then right there, you got a whole new culture that you developed. So basketball is different, man. Basketball is definitely a creative sport, an era that's changing. But if you don't love basketball, you ain't gonna like this.